Rashmi Ranjan, kindly put your phone or your microphone in a mute mode. Rashmi, are you the moderator? I don't feel so. Yep, thank you. Okay, so hi, welcome. I think we are good to go. We have got 27 people. So without wasting time, let me talk a little bit about how to start your business after and during COVID-19. Well, for every 100
Hello, sir.
years. Yep.
So this is Shivangi, your moderator for today.
Yeah, Shivangi, just turn on your video. That will be great.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yep.
So before starting, may I give a short introduction?
100% sure. Please go ahead.
So I'd like everyone to know Mr. Arijit Bhattacharya ji. He's being a serial entrepreneur, angel investor, public speaker, business matchmaking expert, government advisor, an artist, an author, community builder, game programmer, AI evangelist, blockchain specialist, startup mentor, and TIE charter member, ex Honey Secretary of TIE Kolkata, IT subcommittee member CII. He is the founder and CEO of Virtual Infocom, which is the India's first game development and VR app development company since 1998. He is a TEDx speaker. Also, he is the founder of Cosplay Virtual Game Developer, Virtual Reality Soul, I Am Superhero, Anime Gaming, Yoga Training for You, Animation Reviews, and co-founder of Glam World Face, Entrepreneur's Face. And today, we are really fortunate that we can hear from him.
Thank you. Thanks for the lovely introduction. Well, to be very specific and clarify, I'm one of the first game development company, not the old. I shouldn't say myself as the first game development company. It's one of the, because on that time there were three other companies who actually exist. So I think I should give respect to all of them. But thank you for the lovely introduction. Thank you, Shivangi, and thank you all the participants for being here. Well, I'll be asking everyone to please kindly keep their mobile phone in silent mode. It creates a lot of trouble if you start speaking in between. So expect a great webinar and great interaction. Well, our subject is pretty simple. We have a, pandemic situation, and people are thinking that maybe most probably our business will stop, and how we can start. It will take a lot of time. Frankly, each and every problem do have its own kind of advantage and disadvantage. So when you have any kind of pandemic, practically nature is asking us to become more immune to the nature rather than going for all those junk foods. And I know that students usually love to go for junk foods. Even I did that when I was student. But honestly speaking, this is the right time where we should take care of our health rather than taking care of all those taste buds. Dikun, kindly put your phone in microphone. Your microphone should be in turn off mode. It's a webinar. It's not a normal panel discussion. Okay, so um, I'll most probably speak for 5 to 6 minutes max, and then I'll open the floor for question and answer. Usually for anything which is related to, give me a second. Let me put Shivangi as co-host. Shivangi, is it fine?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Okay. So, uh, for any situation, every 100 years, usually these kind of effect happens. We all are actually reading those news that we had malaria before that. Before that, we had other diseases, and we had few of those kind of situations where we had difficult time in humanity. We had a lot of difficulty to overcome those kind of situation. But I feel when you go deep into the business aspect, frankly speaking, COVID-19 opened up lot of business opportunity, at least in the front of technology, in the front of healthcare, in front of hospitality and a couple of agricultural segment. Technology most probably is going to play a vital role for humanity, and I firmly believe, being a technologist, I firmly believe that technology is basically an enabler which can make a lot of things simple for humanity. So it's not the real life. A lot of you are thinking that, sir, I have created an app and that is going to make a disruption in the world. With due respect to all your thought process, when you create an app, until unless your app serves some amount of real life problem, that's not going to help anyone. So if you have made some amount of app which is going to, hopefully, which is going to uh, say deliver milk in the early morning, and through your application people can most probably uh, buy those milk, you feel that that's a amazing, awesome business plan. Agreed, all agreed, that's a beautiful concept wise. But I have a question: do you guys really have that infrastructure in your backend? Like when people will order, do you have people who can deliver? Do you have milkmen who can actually milk the cow or maybe the goat and then deliver it in the early morning? If you have that channel, if you have that funnel, and if you have the buyer, then only feel that you can actually create an application which will solve some human issues. Only an app will never ever solve the issue. So that's a tool. The business is basically serving milk in early morning, right? Serving milk which is good for human body, to increase muscles, to increase number of vitamins inside the human body. But it depends. If you have that background ready, well, yes, you're bang on. Now, when you talk about COVID-19 or post COVID-19 era, post COVID-19, most probably it is going to hit the international travel, at least for the tourism industry. People who go for luxury tourism, they are, I mean, those kind of business are really hit now. At least for the next 1 year, luxury tourism or people who love to go for outing and all, that's gonna be difficult. It's going to be difficult, honestly. But do you feel that's an opportunity? Yes, that's an opportunity. If you can make a 3D virtual reality tourism, and if you can give that virtual reality tourism to common people with cheaper cost, lesser cost, with same amount of experience, that solves the purpose. So when you have a situation, tourism industry is badly hit, and you come up with a solution that, wow, yes, I can build Taj Mahal in 3D and I can put it in a VR device, so that someone from France, someone from maybe Italy, someone from Australia, they are enjoying Taj Mahal like the way they are going to enjoy it in real life. If you can make it happen, yes, that's an opportunity. Now, certainly there is a big hit in hotel and hospitality industry. Hotels are being empty. People are not traveling, so certainly they are not going anywhere for uh, they are not going anywhere for any tourism purpose. So hotels are being empty. So can you make a situation where hotels are being used for your office purpose? You make a point, you talk to those hotel owners, make them understand, if you can bring few amount of people from small startups, maybe 5 people team, maybe 2 people team, maybe indie developers, instead of working from office, you go to that hotel, rent it for a month, compare that rent, with your office rent and your electricity bill, and calculate what kind of hospitality you are getting for your employees, for your team, and for yourself. Put yourself or your team maybe inside the hotel in different rooms. So if you get that kind of cost optimization, if you make a deal, that can be an opportunity to run several multiple co-working places running from hotels instead of running it from a small area. In that way, people are not connected with each other physically, but they are inside the hotel, same room, they can stay with their family, have food, have the clothes, garments, everything. But remember, you need to calculate the costing. If your numbers are fine, that's a business opportunity. Now talking about other aspect, Just a question to everyone. I think in your own head. Did you actually stop eating? No, right? Did you actually stop drinking? No, right? Did you, thought that, okay, fine, we are not going to wear any clothes, we are going naked? You're not doing that, right? So that basic need of human being, roti and kapra, is required. Without that, you can't move. So if you really need that food, if you really need that, garment, so certainly there is a need for garment industry and there is a need for food industry. What kind of food industry will actually survive and what is coming up next? Experts are saying, I shouldn't call myself as expert, but yes, experts are saying actually that organic food industry, organic garment industry, toxic free garments, healthcare, those things are actually going to see a lot of boom. If you think about your own immunity, your own immunal boost, if you can create a situation that you are supplying most probably organic fruits or organic food in a decent way with a market connect to the common people, that's a big business. Forget about export part. I mean, forget that at this moment. Think small. If you can create great hygienic toilets, India need that. I mean, maybe as a student, you guys are thinking that sir is saying something which is really odd. It's not odd. It's required. India need decent hygienic toilet. We don't have that. Okay. So whenever you're going, if you are in, say, in a railway station, those toilets are really bad. I mean, that situation is really worse than anything. Okay. Now, if you maybe most probably traveling with your bike or maybe your car, and if you're going for any so-called created toilets, those situations are not hygienic enough. So there is enough opportunity to create hygienic toilets, bio toilets. Go for that. Stop thinking about only about coding and a lot of high tech stuff. Go to basics. Those basics are going to stay in the market. So if you can actually tap those opportunities, there's a huge opportunity to grow and make things forward. Then there are opportunities which is mainly into furniture business. So if you can create furnitures which is light and which is eco-friendly, there is a huge demand which is going to come up. There is a opportunity which will open up on smart buildings. Forget about automated, your mobile operated lights, and say I can operate my light in my residence using my iPhone. Forget about that. Think something which is energy consumption. Create a smart building which can consume less energy. Create some kind of room system, electricity system, optimization system which can go for alternative power. For an example, go for solar power. You can go for heat power. Depends on your thought process. It shouldn't be an idea. There must be a prototype ready with you, right? So as a student, I'm sure that I'm addressing a couple of students. So as a student, if you feel, sir, I've got an idea, I'll convert the solar energy into electricity. Awesome, great. Have you done that? Do you have a prototype ready, or it's on the paper? If it's on the paper, do you have a something which can be patented? If it is not, difficult. But if you have a prototype ready with you and your MVP is actually very solid, strong, well, yes, there is a great opportunity coming up, at least in alternative power industry, right? There are in technologies I can go on, like it's already I think I crossed 15 minutes approximately. I'm supposed to speak for 15-20 minutes approx. That was my understanding. So there is a great technology from Finland. I actually brought in the managing director of that company. I'm not sure how many of you actually joined that session or not. So Anita and their team, they are making amazing technology. For an example, you can have a glass like in your window glass that can act as cleaning up the air inside the room. Okay, so it cleans air inside your room and it puts the whole problematic elements, carbon and others, into a small box, and you can actually reuse that technology very easily. So go for that kind of solution. Go for solutions which actually helps humanity, rather than thinking that, okay, fine, I'll be making some amount of system which will wipe out the middleman from the market. Now, I'll be asking you guys, what are the kind of people you are seeing nowadays in front of your door who are actually trying to sell, uh, most probably your food elements, your vegetables, your fruits, right? Those are the people with whom we call as thela walas, right? And we thought that e-commerce is going to disrupt the market. Well, where is e-commerce now? Now we are actually saved by all those small people. The reason behind this is actually when you go for hygienicness, most probably these people are not taking care of hygiene, but they are saving our life. But if you can have a model which is a hygienic model for these people, these telealas who will be supplying decent amount of hygienic food to, door to door, that's another business model, right? With this note, most probably I can go on, but I'll open up the floor for question and answer. So Shivangi, you can ask the participants to ask question, and they can turn on their mic and video and they can shoot me a question if that's
Yes, sir.
fine.
First, I would request everyone to just raise your hand so that I can unmute you one by one to make it simple. Anyone who has question, please raise your hands.
Indians are actually shy. They don't like to ask questions. And that's our problem. Chiranjeevi.
Okay, Chiranjeevi. Yes, I'm unmuting him.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Sir, my question is, we are looking about the health industry, about the job sector, and all of this. You talked about e-commerce and all. Sir, mental health
I
issue
didn't
is
talk
right
about
now.
e-commerce. I said that e-commerce failed during the pandemic time.
Yeah. Understood, sir. Sir, my question is that in India there are absence of mental health groups. Like now during COVID-19 crisis, many people are going towards the mental health issues. They are facing mental health issues. Not only during COVID-19, we have also seen earlier days like very uh, in many diseases that people are going through mental health issues. So how can we what are the steps that we should take in order to create some mental health group, or to start a startup on the mental health groups like in the West?
Well, to be very honest, we really don't care about our mental health, and
Yeah,
that's a education people need to have. So frankly, if you
yeah,
are looking for, okay, I'll touch upon something which is interesting. So like for an example, sex education is not there in India. When you talk about the
yeah,
term called sex, that becomes a smiling face or some kind of, eye expression that we are talking about sex.
yeah,
Wow, right?
yeah,
So that's a sick kind of mentality. Okay. Uh,
yeah.
and if you talk about mental health, honestly speaking, people don't understand what is mental health. People don't understand that
Yeah,
that's required. But
exactly.
I have a serious question. Do you want to educate the market or you want to create a business out of it?
Yeah, we want to create a business out of it.
So if you want to create a business out of it, get people on board who are from the same similar industry. You need a
Okay.
very popular face, at least in mental health business, and tie up with them. It's very difficult to, start something which is not in your control or you are not from the same
Yeah.
industry. Maybe this is your idea, but until unless you have experts who are doing it day in and day out, it is going to be difficult. Get people on board
Okay.
who are experts, create most probably a small presentation, use your
Yeah.
digital marketing skills, touch base with people,
Yeah.
talk to them, and start educating local people on mental health. It needs
Okay.
to be started with a very, interesting model which cannot be completely free, but with the
Hmm.
optimum cost for them, so that they understand, okay, fine, this is required, and we can most probably leverage Chiranjeevi's business model, and we can most probably become happy. So get at least
Yeah.
five to six happy clients and make them
Until.
as your core developer. In the sense, when you have happy clients, Ask them that what next I can do with you. Okay, what you
Yeah.
need,
Yeah.
and work on that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a small tip from my end.
Okay. Sure, sir. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else having any question?
And whoever is thinking that there is a job market which is there, yes, there is a job market. Certainly, there will be recruitment because you guys are freshers. Certainly, there will be opening up situations in couple of more countries rather than only India. There are vacant positions. There will be, demand which will be increased. But please understand, you are sitting in India. You are not sitting in some Western country. So situation will be really, really different. So my suggestion to the people who are looking for a job instead of doing their own business would be joining up startups and becoming their co-founders or becoming their core team member. Don't go for only money. Go for something which is beyond money. Go for your own name and fame along with the company. That makes a lot of impact, and that gives you a lot of flexibility to work beyond your capacity. And that's life is not about doing a job, earning some amount of money, and then get married with your love of your life. It can be boy or maybe a daughter or maybe a girl. I'm sorry, it's not a daughter, it's a girl. Or maybe stay alone, stay single, and then earn a lot of money, and then die in an island enjoying yourself. That's not life. Life is basically how much you are giving back to the nature. And hopefully you guys are understanding it during this COVID-19 time. Nature is also asking us what exactly you have given to me. So with tsunami, it asks that come on, रुक जाओ थोड़ा ज्यादा कर रहे हो. उसके बाद hurricane आया, उसके बाद बोला कि चलो ठीक है थोड़ा रुक जाओ. फिर नहीं सुने हम लोग. Then it started firing inside the jungle. फिर बोले कि चलो ठीक है, जंगल में आग लगा दी, आप तो सुधर जाओ. हम लोग नहीं सुने, तो बोला चलो ठीक है, आखिरी छोड़ते हैं, देखो कैसे लगता है उसको, है ना. So we are thinking that most probably God don't have any kind of structure, is nirakar. And look at the virus, it doesn't have any kind of shape and size. You can't see them, but it can kill you. Okay, so abhi bhi sudhar jao. Okay,
Sir,
Tirthankar.
we have two more questions.
Yes, I can see. Tirthankar, yes, please.
Yeah.
You want me
Hello,
to
sir.
unmute? Yes.
Sir, I am Pratik. Sir, I have a question. That is, given this current situation,
Pratik, can I see
if
your
someone,
face?
yes, sir, sure.
Yep.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So my question is, sir, given the current crisis we have right now and the boring or dull education industry is in India right now, means our schools are not that good, and uh, our students are not getting the best out of the education system. So what would you recommend for a student? Means like, what changes should we bring into the education system right now so that it will be better for our generation and for the future generation as well?
Pratik, beautiful question. I love this question. Honestly speaking, you can't make any kind of change. Frankly, straightforward answer. Okay, I'll tell you the reason. Even though you guys are young, if you can, I'll be more than happy to support you guys. If you want, if you can, सारे स्टूडेंट मिलके एकजुट होके, if you guys can, झंडा उठा के चिल्लाओ कि change the education system and change those kind of old guys who are sitting in the chairs, I'll be more than happy. But can you guys do that? You can't. You can't. Let's accept that. Okay, you can't. So because you can't, you have an alternative education system which is increasing your knowledge from your other books. It can be internet, it can be a PDF, it can be a process oriented training module. So I'll highly recommend go with that. Yes, I agree, our existing education system is not that great. Even though we have amazing professors, great teachers, but they have to put themselves inside a small syllabus which is not industry ready at all. I mean, it doesn't connect the industry, right? I agree on that. Our professors are more learned than most probably the people from outside India. Okay, I have interacted with a lot of professors, but our professors, Indian professors, are so knowledgeable, so accurate in their point. It's unthinkable. But somehow our education is not allowing us to go beyond that kind of syllabus. So I'll highly recommend, go to these professors, ask them, sir, I want to learn this technology. I'm sure they'll say, yes, I'm going to teach you. It's opposite. At least for me, it's opposite. Nobody in my so I'm a visiting faculty into lot of colleges. Sometimes I give time to students, love to teach whatever small knowledge I have. I feel a gap when I'm teaching. I always go beyond the syllabus. I never ever keep myself inside the syllabus. Okay, so I teach entrepreneurship, I teach technology, whatever, virtual reality, whatever I'm teaching. I never ever keep myself inside the syllabus. But I get a different kind of feedback. Like, I'm talking from heart. I want students to ask me questions beyond those syllabus. I don't care about the syllabus, right? So I feel you guys should pick up your own topic. Maybe somebody is picking up database, somebody is picking up Python as a language. Anyone can maybe choose ML as a career process. Anybody can go for the robotics as a career process. Someone can choose cybersecurity as a career process, right? So whatever is your passion, follow that. Read those books in the internet, but don't follow only one book. Read multiple books. If the subject is AI, read at least 5 different books on AI. Don't go with only theory, go with practical. Download some amount of compilers which is actually suitable for you. Go for paid version, don't go for free. I'm Indian, hai na, so we have a tendency of going with free stuff. Free stuff always brings malware. Okay, go for $10, $15 software application, right? $15 is
Sure.
not much. I mean, it's like maybe a coffee bill for your 2 days, right? Maybe I'm just giving you a rough example. Okay, na? So go with those kind of training module, right? Anyone else? I think I'm good to take some other questions.
Sir,
Somebody.
can I ask one more thing?
Yes, you can, but can I have it from Tirthankar? He raised the hand.
Sure.
Is it fine? I'll come back to you.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
fine? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir, sure.
Yeah, Tirthankar, please.
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
सर जैसे आप बोली कि एमवीपी रेडी होना चाहिए ये सब
हाँ.
सर मैं बोर्ड बनाता हूँ सर्किट डिजाइन के तो स्मार्ट स्विच बना के सेल करते हैं बेसिकली पर हम लोग उतना मार्केट क्या नहीं कर
I can't hear you, Tirthankar. Sorry, Tikeshwar. I can't hear you, Tikeshwar.
यस
Your voice is
सर
breaking.
हम लोग स्मार्ट स्विच बनाते हैं सर ड्यू टू द नेटवर्क इशू हेलो
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
सर हम लोग स्मार्ट स्विच बना के सेल करते हैं पर उतना मार्केट कैप्चर नहीं कर पाते जितना हमको मतलब करना है एक
क्या करते हो आप?
सर स्मार्ट स्विच बनाते हैं जैसे कि हम लोग हर वक्त कभी कभी भूल जाते हैं ना कि कमरे का लाइट ऑन है या कूलर कभी ऑन करके भूल जाते हैं ऑफ करना तो लोग अपने फोन से कभी भी उसको ऑन ऑफ कर सकते हैं जैसे कि आपने बोला कि अभी
Right,
आईफोन वाला जो आप एग्जांपल दे रहे थे
right.
तो हम लोग बना के सेल करते हैं
हाँ.
पर हम लोग उतना मार्केट कैप्चर नहीं कर पा रहे हैं
मार्केट कैप्चर आप कर भी नहीं पाओगे. मार्केट अभी तक आया ही नहीं है. ये धीरे धीरे मार्केट हो रहा है. और इसके लिए बहुत बड़े बड़े
एमवीपी हम लोग के
कंपनी
पास रेडी है
अभी मार्केट में बहुत सारे बड़े कंपनी है जो लोग अभी मार्केट में उतर चुके हैं इसी खेल में. So I'll highly recommend if
यस
you have a solution, make a PPT and make a proper presentation. Send it to me. I think your ECL do have my email ID. Send it to me. Let me help you if I can help in my capacity. I can give you access to the market. That's not a problem. But your product needs to be unique and it should be competitive and the pricing model should be fine. Okay.
यस तो हम
Serves the
लोग
purpose.
जितना हो सके भी तो हेलो
आप काइंडली मुझे मेल कीजिए. आपका वॉइस एकदम सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है ना. I'll go to Robin Kumar Patra. Yeah, Robin.
Hello, sir. I am Rajesh Mohapatra. Sir, my question is, in this time when there is a cut-off of resources, as in fundings and salaries, so how should one come up with a method to focus more in the research part, as in like, for example, like development of a cure for COVID-19, sir?
Development of cure for COVID-19. Who is going to do that?
So, many research or founding organizations are trying to find a cure for this thing. I just gave
Great.
an example, but there are many fields in which there are cut-off of resources. So, how could one go with the pacing development in research field?
Could you type your question in the chat box? I really can't hear you guys. Most probably you have some network issue as well. I'm not sure.
Uh,
Can you type your
okay, sir.
question in the chat box?
Sure, sir. I'm just typing it right now.
Meanwhile, Tikeshwar, if you can write your question as well, I'll be more than happy to address that.
And if anyone else has any question, then you can type in the chat box only.
Yeah, that saves
That
time
would
as well. I
be,
can read it and I can answer it
yeah.
fast. I actually asked the organizers to be ready with the questions. That's the reason. It saves time. Robin, are you writing?
Yes, sir. I'm just typing it right now.
Okay. Is your question is like how to access fund for research and development?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are grants available from government. There are grants available from couple of universities. In fact, I know a university from Punjab. They opened open innovation kind of model wherein anybody can apply for a grant if you have a business model ready and your prototype is approximate ready. Okay. So if you fall into that category, certainly you can go for that kind of grants. But frankly speaking, solving COVID-19, until unless you have a great team, people are not going to believe you. Okay. Yeah, that's your question. How one should come up with a method to focus more on research part, as in like example development. Okay. So what's your background, Robin? Are you a doctor? You are a scientist? You have some amount of experience on working with virus?
No, no, sir. Actually, I'm just a pre-final year BTech holder. I'm just
So
studying my
who is going to believe that you can cure COVID-19?
No, no, sir. I just gave an example like if some of the startups or any of the other organization are focused on finding a cure for COVID-19, and now we are seeing that government has repeatedly cutting off resources and fundings. So how should they get all the allocated resources if there is a cut
Frankly
off
speaking,
funding?
India government do have a I think they do have also declared that there is a opportunity if somebody can solve anything related to COVID-19, not that the cure of the virus, but anything which can solve the purpose during this COVID-19 time, solving human needs and all. There is a grant which is from government, as well as there are universities who are offering grants for research and development. For R&D in our country, it's very difficult to get those kind of grants, but there are big universities, government grants are available. You can talk to those officials if you wish. I can connect you with few of them, and you can most probably share your research and development with them and get some amount of grant. Solves your purpose?
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Is cryptocurrency is going to be the next big thing post COVID-19 because of the current economic crisis? Okay, give me an answer. How cryptocurrency is solving economic crisis, Abhishek Yadav? What's your thought?
So actually, it's eliminating the bank between the users. I mean, Bitcoin and Ethereum, etc. So that's all.
What is bank? Please understand how economics works. it's a different subject. I can go on with the subjects, but it's a very interesting question. I can give you a straight answer. It's a no. I mean, cryptocurrency is going to be the big thing to solve economic crisis. I think no. I'll tell you the reason. See, economy works with industry. Economy works where you have multiple industries. They are making their own products, and that is floating inside the market, and people are buying those products. To buy that product, you need money. To have money, you need to earn money. Now you need to earn money, so you have to do some job, or you have to do some amount of business, or you have to be a professional. Every rotation happens certainly with a proper manner, and in our country, RBI is taking care of all those kind of process, how much money it should rotate inside the country, including at the other banks. So money is a form which is a exchange form. So with 100 rupees, you can get, say for an example, 1 kilogram of milk. I'm just giving you a normal example. It's not that, but just giving you a rough example. So maybe with 100 rupees, you are getting 1 kg of milk. So that doesn't mean 1 kg of milk is equal to 100 rupees, right? So how will you exchange with cryptocurrency, which doesn't have any kind of regulation and which doesn't have any kind of exchange policy, until and unless our country incorporate those kind of stuff? Okay, so it can be an alternative currency, but it cannot be the in thing for converting everything on economy. Okay, so with cryptocurrency, what can you do? Like, it actually depends on demand and supply. There is a limited number of cryptocurrencies available. For example, Bitcoin, or I mean, you can go for SBO, you can go for Ethereum, whatever you say, right? Those are basically digital form of currency, and I completely agree it's a future thing. But converting economic crisis with cryptocurrency, I doubt. I seriously doubt. But this is the big thing. This is the future, and certainly it's going to have a different kind of hype. I'm sure about that. Anyone else? Or we are good to end the session, I guess.
I don't see any other questions,
Yeah, I
sir.
have a
Oh,
question.
we
It's a
have one
long
from
question. Somebody
Tikeshwar
typed the
Dibangan.
last moment. Okay. Okay. So you have a MVP ready, and you sold 15 boards already, and you're trying to promote your system. Well, I'm actually associated with US based company, so I've got less than 1 minute to this webinar will go end. So they are also maker of smart home solutions. Okay, even though they have a marketing budget, it's very difficult to penetrate the market and talk to the real estate players. I think this is not the right time for your smart electricities and all, because after COVID-19, selling of real estate would be difficult. Okay, so if you talk about new building, new infrastructure, that will be completely different than pre-COVID-19. So the marketing strategy will be different. But yes, if your product can solve, save a lot of electricity, yes, that can be incorporated with the new building that is coming up, and maybe you can grab the market. So if you can't get the market, that's called market access. So we have